that. So I think, with respect, Mr. Chairman, unless we deal with the issue of power, we cannot talk of developing this country forward. When the power was reliable, and it was cheap, and it was available, Kenya was a powerhouse for manufacturing. The whole of Eastern Africa was dependent on Kenya. Today, our manufacturing is gone. It's not only contracting. There's an exodus over the last 10, 15 years by many companies. People have moved to where the cost of production is cheaper. Because cost of production is the main thing. You can't compete. If my water is going to be, every time we're thinking of manufacturing, you are thinking of how much is it going to cost. Will I be able to sell? So that is the challenge. And energy is one of the largest, the main component. Plus, of course, the many regulatory and other challenges that we have. So I think, Mr. Chairman, let me leave it, and then we'll deal with questions in the interest of time. Thank you very much.
Well, we thank you. Please.
You said you're going to comment on the G2G. You need to understand that.
Oh, yes. I was, once upon a time, as the chairman said, was in petroleum. I left 5 years ago. But let me say this, and I think the CS has said it. The open tender system that we had was very efficient. In fact, it was so efficient, it has been copied by other companies. What they do, the ministry was doing, was very commendable. They aggregate the total demand for fuel, for example, for next month from the market. If it is 100 million liters of diesel, then they would tender. The ministry would do an open tender, very transparent, and then the companies would, because it's the mean average price in Dubai. Plus, of course, the only thing you quote for is the premium. And because of that competitiveness, you were getting I can tell you for a fact, I don't know of a time when we have ever paid more than $40. In all my life, I was in petroleum. $40 per cubic meter for the premium. It's always 10, sometimes even negative. Some of the big companies, because they source, for many of their chains in other countries, they were even giving negative. I do remember one time. Then we go to G2G. G2G. I have written about it, and I have said this is a crooked deal. We go from $20 to $40 to $100 premium. We were told it will be cheaper. It is not cheaper. We were told it will help on the dollar. It has not helped on the dollar. Find out the day this thing was announced, what the dollar rate was and what the dollar rate is today. We are buying in our industries at 156, average the whole of last week. So it has not helped. It has not helped. Look at what the president of Uganda announced yesterday. He said they've gone into their own. One of the places we are making money as petroleum companies in Kenya is the export to South Sudan and Uganda and Rwanda and those countries. And you get that one in dollars. The transit portion is in dollars, and people are making, that is where you get the dollars, as the CS said, which is true. But today, if Uganda decides to go that route, which they announced, then obviously it will not only impact on the business aspect and the economy in terms of what we were, all those companies and businesses who are doing that, but also it will impact on the G2G deal itself. That and we were told theirs is even cheaper. I don't know the details, but I'm sure CS knows. But I think it's part of the tweaking that we are doing on policies that is causing all this, which I mentioned earlier, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Abraham.
Thank you.
If you can be as quick as Bill was.
Yeah, I will. First of all, thank you so much to this committee for